Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round number 2 of the SRS GT3 series live here at the Brands Hatch circuit for Tier 1 of the SRS GT3 Championship. I am the host and commentator for today's race, SM_RDZ, and this time I'm actually joined by a special commentator today in the hands of Viper 12V, who is unfortunately serving as race ban, but as punishment has to commentate with me for his actions on track. But you're banned. Your punishment. You have to commentate with me.
You make the punishment seem so good now, but yes, hello gents, I am Viper 12V, I am the driver of the number 66 Savage Racing Mercedes AMG GT3, and you know, took things in the hands which shouldn't have happened, but once again, we're going to look forward to another great day of racing here in Tier 1 with the start of qualifying here real shortly here. Guys just getting a quick last couple of laps here before qualifying, but these guys have been practicing all week for round number 2 this week. And so currently on board now with the man on top, Swift in the number 95 Audi R8 for Side Max Motorworks here, and he's just gonna set a 122.644, and that's good enough for him. It looks like he's just backed out.
We got James in the number 7 JM Racing Porsche 911 GT3 RSR. I did hear he was struggling a fair bit with this car, which should be more tailored to the mid-engine cars. Oh, he just wipes it out on the track.
Did it on purpose.
Sounds about right to me.
Probably gonna do it on purpose because start right there.
So qualifying for 10 minutes here at the Brands Hatch circuit, and we're going to take you down the championship standings that we've got right in front of us. While I've got a chance before qualifying gets underway, we've got the number 7 of James Head going to take to the track first. So we will go to the standings real quickly here as we got Drivers and Teams Championship in the Tier 1 division. It is going to be JK with a commanding lead with 33 points on the board after a strong run at the Autodrome di Nazionale Monza, getting pole position, and I believe the fastest lap, or that might have gone to T5 Black. He has it with 33 points. In second place, it is the man in second, T5 Black, the Team Simpatch Racing crew in that Corvette. And his third, he's got 28 points on board. Then in third place, it's going to be SM Palmer for the Cymax Junior team, who did a very strong recovery in that entry in the 24 Mercedes to get into third in the standings with 22 points. Then I'll round out the top 5 with Tyson Gare sitting at 18 and 14 points apiece. And it's Rachetay, Swift, Splash, KK Dot, and then yourself with a lovely DSQ from round 1 as well. It certainly is.
Couldn't have started the season a better way right there.
And I'll cover down Tier 2 results as well, where it is Patrolhead who takes the lead with 33 points as well. Hairraiser and Bar rounding out the top 3 in Tier 2. Then it is Doug Barrow, then Bo Fishadara in 4th and 5th place. Mushalot, Superboy, then Quinner, and then iPaz, and then Awesome Manky Guy rounding out that grid for Tier number 2. So the first of hot laps are about to start here with the number 7 of James Head going to lead them off. Just very antsy on that number 7 Porsche. Then it is going to be the Team Simpatch Racing number 79 Corvette C7 GT3R of T5 Black. He's looked very strong here for this first running of the SRS GT3 series, and I think Team Simpatch Racing have got a lot of goals going towards the second round here of the season as well. Then we've got Swift in the 95. We also are down a couple of entrants as well, but I don't think that should discourage the action and quality that we're about to see on track as well. And then we've got Tice in the number 78, who had a very good recovery out of the first round of the season. Then it is K&K Dot, who's sporting a very nice livery reminiscent of a previous league that he once had. But of course, that Porsche 911 GT3 RSR looking very, very nice, that 04 entry of K&K Dot. Then we've got Palmer, who got third last time by. Can he repeat that here today with the number 24? Then it's going to be Jack Mia, who's made the switch from the Nissan, has gone to the Jaguar F-Type for the number 36.
Then takes a little bit wide right there.
And then we've got Splash LTU in the number 11 Falcon Motorsports by SDM entry on a 8th place result as well. We've got times coming in as well, 23.2, 22.5, and 23.1. Then a 23.4, 23.0, 22.6, 22.863. Tice or not just say ties, T5 Black on pole position, but it's going to be Palmer and Splash making up the top 3 as well. Cabales with a good lap going into 4th place, Jack Mia 5th, and then K&K got 6th. But Swift and James Head not doing particularly too well at the moment, so hopefully that could change things up. There is the man who took the first pole position of the season and won the first race of the season. It is going to be JK, who comes across the start finish line. Where will he place? Yeah, he actually didn't even have a great lap, a 35.2. So not a good way to start things off, as Tice well down and truly down the order, but the top 9 covered by just about 8.5 tenths of a second. That is extremely close. T5 Black going to follow the slipstream of Swift, and Swift is a very determined driver. Of course, Swift, I know, is a very, very quick driver, but I was very surprised on the fact that he was only able to get as high as 7th place in that race yesterday. He had a couple of mistakes. He's not a man that makes a lot of mistakes, but
I just don't think the Audi responds very well. It responds very, very, very top speed really into the track there. Just helped out. And here comes T5 Black actually in the pits now. Here comes Swift also in the pits. So there's some people that are going to be coming to the pits here. Again, a set of fresh Michelin slicks there. Here's Splash coming towards the front stretch here. What's he going to set here?
Not an improvement, so I think he'll have to definitely make that trip down to the pit lane, I imagine. Go at it again here. But he's really trying to push in that blue and green liveried Falcon Motorsports entry right there. Palmer doing himself very, very well to stay up into second place.
14 thousandths behind T5 Black right there for pole position right there. Incredible drive for him.
And JK, just like that, going up into pole position by a 10.5 over his main championship rival, T5 Black.
4.43. This guy is on a mission right here. You know, I'm seeing a lot of Aston Martin vantages being driven on the track here, but I've never seen a vantage quite as competitive as JK is. He's really, really pushing that thing to its limits.
And Cabales as well, his teammate in the KRT Kinbex Racing Team / Speed Eagles entry. Aston Martin, the 2 Aston Martins, his teammate in Cabales as high as 5th, so a good showing here. Unfortunately, we are out. Oh, and is that Jack Mia who's gone off?
Yeah.
Very hard into the wall.
He's got some damage. Front arrow, front suspension. Let's see what happened here.
Oh, just a bit too much into the gravel, and oh, that's a big, big hit right there for Jack Mia.
Too much momentum going out of the exit there. Here comes JK once again. Oh, almost the same mistake as Jack Mia right there. One more driving him for the last couple of seconds here.
The 6-liter V12 that makes Aston Martin's Cabales gets an improvement, but not on position, so he's only good enough for 5th place. But what can he do? It looks like the 1-lap pace of these front-engine rear-wheel drive cars is very much showing, but I think in terms of race pace, that could be very much different here today. So we're going to see, is he going to be on room for improvement? No, he's just going to be actually short, setting himself up for another lap here, unless he's going to have to make the early trip to the pits. Splash, as a matter of fact, has still stayed out.
He's going to run it down until he's got 1 lap to go.
Yeah, definitely. He's only 2 3/4 of a tenth.
Oh.
Purple sector 2 for Splash,
pushing.
so he's definitely going to be pushing.
There's still time to find with those AMGs, I'll tell you what, because those things are very, very controllable. Oh, just almost gets it in the gravel trap. A little kick of dust up there, right there. But like I said, these AMGs, they're very, very controllable cars if you know how to drive them. And Splash.
Yeah, he's lost a bit of time, a 10th down, but I think.
Oh, a little bit wide out of that exit right there, second final corner.
Swift is only as high as 8th place, but he's 7 tenths down, so this is not good news for the Audi R8 LMS.
Look at where all the other
An improvement to pole position!
Wow.
Where did that come from?
Wow.
From Swift!
What a lap right there. Oh, a little wide. He was pushing big time right there. I was just
what a lap from Swift!
I was just gonna say, look at where the rest of the other MR cars are. They're all the way down to like the past like 7th, 8th, and 9th, right down there in the back half of that pack right there. Look, see.
And Swift didn't even have any. He didn't even have any purple sectors. He just had
a very
good lap.
Very consistent lap.
I'll tell you what. If those are really close to the purple sectors, those are probably, and the personal best in sectors 2 and 3, that might have made all the difference.
He's almost 3 tenths down now, so he's lost some time in the first 2 sectors right there. So we'll see he can improve. Oh, T5 Black looks like he's on. Oh, he's at
10th down, but is he gaining time is the big question. He did not. I think he did pit, just to let people know. He did come in for pits to get that fresh set of Michelin compounded tires. So the Team Simpad Racing Crew, what have they got left in that Chevrolet Corvette C7 GT3R? He's very close, but can he master out close to 2/10 in that Chevrolet Corvette? And it's going to be extremely close. What about JK? He's on a personal best sector right now on just 29 thousandths. He's extremely close to taking that pole position away. And we're going to have only one more lap to do it. So who's leading him off? It's going to be Palmer. And this is where the slipstream I could tell.
Who's that in front of Palmer there? Just going through the second two right here. Who's that?
Is that going to be JK? I imagine it is.
No.
As a matter of fact, it's not. It's going to be Swift.
It's Pulsar right there, so he's got some clear traffic in front of him. Oh,
Has he slowed up?
Has he slowed up?
Yeah, he's slowed up. So flash is on.
I think he's had a mistake in sector 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I think he's done the work. James Head only improving to 9th place, so a not good run so far. But look at how close this field is, within 6.5 tenths. That is insanely close.
That's very close.
Tell you what, some of the frustration can be heard from around the paddock, but just imagine how close it is for all these drivers.
Looks like he's on the best.
Is he purple sectored this time by? He's purple sector, so we'll keep an eye on JK for this lap, but he's extremely on thin edge, on a thin razor edge.
Let's see what this guy's going to come through here. Got some guys coming on the final sector. This is going to be the final lap.
Yes, Swift will come to the line.
Who's next up?
Palmer will come across the line for the Cymax Junior team. Hang to the right. It's going to...
Look at the...
3 cars coming to the line. No improvements. Tyson Splash improves. Splash to pole position. What a lap for Splash in the Falcon Motorsports entry.
That was that draft right there.
And KK Dot up into 6th place.
Wow.
JK, though, once he got into that thing, only good enough for 3rd.
3rd place. Oh, my goodness. Now, who's those other 2 cars coming through the final back straight?
It's going to be James Head, and I believe it's going to be Jack Mia, but I think Jack Mia has not had a good lap. So what can James Head do? I don't think it's going to be an improvement.
Nope.
And that should be it for qualifying as James Head and Jack Mia round out the grid. But what a lap for Splash in the number 11 Falcon Motorsports entry to get that pole position by a 10.5.
He used the draft from the other 2 SMMs.
He had to work for that lap.
What an incredible lap right there.
I'll tell you what, of all the drivers here and such talent, I did not think Splash was going to get that pole position. As incredible lap. Mercedes on top with Splash and Swift making out the first grid. It's KRT and SC with JK and Gabales in 3rd and 4th. And then T5 Black, King Gadot round out the top 6. And the Cymax Junior team in 7th and 8th with Palmer and Tice. Then it's going to be James Head and Jack Mia who round out the grid. Coming to the green flag here. When is it going to be going? Now, right now. And Splash, I don't think got a good start, but we're going to go immediately back on.
No, I think... oh, he got a great start.
He got a great start into turn number 1, a very deep dive.
JK coming up for...
oh, did he just bang doors with the 95 Swift? Oh, they're door banging.
More contact.
Oh, Swift didn't like that.
JK wants that 2nd place bad because he wants to get up there quickly.
T5 Black with a good start from first place. Oh, very antsy on the throttle. These cold tires not suiting these cars very well. Oh, and T5 Black and a lot of these cars.
One car, Cymax.
Oh, who's gone off? And I think that was Jack Mia. Was it Jack Mia? Oh, he's been reset.
Yep, he's been reset. Let's see what happens here. Oh, it just gets a little loose out of turn 2 right there. Turn 3 doesn't really have a lot to do right here.
Palmer forced off a bit wide. Kanke not having a lot of room. Was he kind of forced off? No. He just kind of forced that upon himself. Oh, and that's a big incident right there.
Yeah.
So he's got to find a lot of time to get back up. But Splash, about halfway through the first lap, still leads them off in the Falcon Motorsports entry.
T5 Black isn't going to quit too because he's already made up 1 position already as well. Because he started 5th place and now he's just slightly on the back bumper of Swift right now in the 95. But look at this 4-car battle here right here. Splash is going to have to do everything he can because he's got some big honking names behind him.
Yeah, you got
absolutely hungry for that lead right there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I've been grateful enough to have Splash on the team for SDM, and it's just for the racecraft that he's shown and the improvements that he's been doing, it's been absolutely insane what Splash has done, and this is another exclamation point right here to get pole position in one of the finest talent of drivers here today. JK really on the back bumper.
Just eats that gap up. On board now with the...
There's not a number on it, just say K or just say K. There's no number.
We're going to have to remind everyone to do that next time. We have to make that very eligible for everyone next time so we know what number of vehicle we're looking at here.
Yeah, it's going to be on the back bumper of Splash.
Look at that draft. He's going to look to the inside here. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's going to look there. Nope, he's going to hang back. He's not passing zone right there.
And Swift, what was the provisional pole sitter, just swiped away under his feet by Splash, and it still hangs in third by Cymax. Of course, the Cymax the Audi Sport Team Cymax crew did not have a particularly good showing. Of course, only 5th for Yuri and 7th place for Splash. That was a big shocker for me in that commentator's box, of course. And hopefully that could be an improvement for Splash. Oh, as Cabales gets a little antsy on the grass, as he's got Palmer in front and Tice. It's being surrounded by the junior team with 10K Dalton, not that far behind.
Sandwich is what we'll call it.
And James Hennis lost a bit of time as well, so I'm not sure what's happened to him. Yeah, something has happened to him, but KR2/SE.
Splash is on the defense right now. He's got a hungry JK right behind him for that lead right there.
And that's one of the things that this SDM team are very, very good at, is that they can get up to the front and they can defend their position very, very well, because they're not going to let any inch of room be forefront.
The two right side tires just almost off the track there. T5 Black looked to the inside, but I don't think they're right there.
Oh, he's gone on the grass, and T5 Black, someone follows him. Oh, this is going to be very antsy, and Swift knows that he's under pressure. Oh, and T5 Black
down
and him.
The inside. Here we go, side by side, going into turn number 4.
Really up.
Oh, Sylvan got super loose.
Very much on the back bumper, and Swift, he's going to get a little...
really loose right now.
And he's losing time. He can't get those tires on that dirt, because that's what removes the grip from those tires.
Yeah, look at this left rear tire. It's going to wear out significantly more than these guys up front here. He's going to be in deep trouble here if he doesn't preserve those tires.
I'll tell you what, Brands Hatch doesn't look like a course with a lot of tire degradation, but once you step foot into one of these GT3 cars, then you'll know.
Palmer's kind of caught back up.
Palmer has done some work. He's made up 2 positions in that number 24 entry, and he's been a very, very quick driver despite being on the junior team. He's had some very, very quick race pace going into this race. A 3rd place podium at the first round of the Tier 1 division for the SRS GT3 series. Splash now still leading them off on lap number 4.
JK.
Pretty even tire wear for our 2 leaders at the moment. JK has slightly less worse fuel.
A tad less fuel.
But I think that's because of the beats.
He's going to absolutely push everything he's got here.
On board now from the back wing.
Look at this draft. He's got to run.
He's got to run. He's going to... Oh, no. He showed the door. I think he tried doing that.
He didn't want to try to take it like that. Oh, Splash
gave him the thanks. He didn't want to get forced off, because that is a corner where you can get forced off if you're on the outside.
Courtesy call right there.
Yeah, courtesy call is what I like to call it.
Splash making good use of the GT3 here. A very, very stable platform there.
We'll take a look at the comments from the chat here.
JK a little antsy on the gravel trap right there. A little
on the outside. Splash now. I don't think that'll do.
Around the outside.
Around the
outside. Final corner. What a pass for JK right there. Unbelievable.
And T5 Black isn't that far off. Of course, JK and T5 Black so opportunistic in those Aston Martin and Corvette entries. But they can have a lot of mad pace, but can Splash do the work and try and get back up into the race lead here.
Yeah, he's trying to preserve those tires. Oh, Splash! He gets on the inside curb.
Oh, a little antsy in that Mercedes. That car does have a lot of torque in those rear wheels. The 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 from the road-going 6.3 bi-turbo Mercedes AMG power plant. Going from a turbo power plant to a naturally aspirated power plant. The Splash got the run going into turn number 5.
Looks like
someone's gone off, and that is Jack Mia.
He's had some damage somewhere. Let's see what happened.
And I think we caught the tail end of that replay. So was that going to be day over for Jack Mia?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it is going to be day over for Jack Mia once again.
tough break for Jack Mir right there. He was doing so well in the last leg.
Unfortunately, just disconnected. And I think that might be, I'm not sure if it was another disconnect. We'll take a look at the YouTube stream comments here. We've got Sharon Palmer saying, good luck, everyone. Our main sponsor of the SRS GT3 Championship. Of course, the championship winners of Tier 1 and Tier 2 will receive a engraved trophy from Sharon Palmer herself. So we'd like to thank Sharon for her hard work and commitment to this league. Of course, her son Palmer
She's behind the wheel of the car in 5th place.
Got the car in 5th place, not far out from this lead battle.
And
so Palmer,
and this kid is very young, at 15 years old, and he's going out there driving a GT3 car on a weekly basis and being competitive on a regular basis as well.
yeah, you got two side max entries with Swift and Palmer behind in 4th and 5th. So first they're going to try and see if they can preserve it.
And T5 Black has already gotten to the number of the 11 of Splash right there, so he's hungry to get up there for 2nd place to try and go challenge JK for the lead right there.
Go to one more comment from Wombat Chelsea saying, hi guys, welcome Wombat to the live broadcast of the SRS GT3 Championship. This is round number 2 here live at the Brands Hatch GP circuit. Oh, and T5 Black is going to try and sneak the nose.
Every bit of asphalt that he could find right there.
Yeah, nothing doing yet for T5 Black, but it's going to be very opportunistic.
A little loose right there.
Oh.
My headphones just fell out of my
Don't want to say, oh, splash on that left rear. And now the right tires going into the bit of the dirt. Is that going to compromise a bit of his grip right there as they go in towards turn number 1 for lap number 7?
T5 Black may be saving just a little bit of fuel right there. You can hear him not over revving the car under driving conditions right there. You can see he's not really revving the car up super a lot. He's actually trying to preserve that fuel just a little bit to try and get the extra edge once these pit cycles take place here.
I'll give you a quick update on our Tier 2 division where they just left about 5 minutes, or just about 5 minutes into their race here for Tier number 2. It's going to be Karen Razor, then Patrolhead, then Mushalat making up the top 3. Mushalat, I heard, has been very strong in the other sister JM Racing Porsche 911 GT3 RSR, but I believe it is going to be Patrolhead. I believe it's going to be, I want to say Bar 27. Bar 27, Doug Barrel, then iPass make up the top 6, and then it stood Link in 7th, and Superboy, then Quinner, and then Awesome Makey Guy rounding out the top 10 for that Tier 2 race that we got going on right now. As a matter of fact, what's happened to Swift?
He's falling back.
What's who was that?
We couldn't get that. Oh, Tice is falling back too.
What has happened to Swift and Tice, who have fallen back?
This is not looking good for the
Swift, he's having to put a foot wrong. Look at that last lap, 27.
Look at his left side tires too. They're really worn out with only 10 minutes elapsed in this race here. This is not looking good for the 95 of Swift.
Swift, who done an incredible good job, who qualified 2nd for this race, and all of a sudden, he's down at the back of the pack. This is not good news for him.
Pushing a little. He's over pushing the car.
And I thought he was going to lose it right there. He dipped those right side tires.
He's pushing way too hard here. He needs to control himself here and try to regain self-control of the car here. Try to find a super line and driving style. Oh, there goes Tice once again, just getting a little bit too wide upon corner entry out of turn 4 right there. Go
back up to our lead battle where JK has established a bit of a distance to himself. Of course, trying to, I'd say, social distance from the guys behind him in 2nd place, where it is Splash and T5 Black still going at it. And Splash just eating up those curves for breakfast.
And Palmer gets
T5 Black and Palmer just on the jagged edge of grip.
Pushing to get up to Splash, because Splash is... Oh, here comes T5 Black on the inside. Gonna try and make something work here. Will he go forward on the inside? Splash
gonna give him the room, but
they're side by side. Is Splash gonna try something here? They're still side by side, going towards the start finish line. Where's turn 1? Here comes Palmer now
and he gets by.
Oh, Palmer's gonna try and follow.
No, defend on the inside, but can Palmer sneak it up into turn number 2? And he's doing it, but can Splash hold it up on the outside? No. Splash is going to keep it there because disconnects. How did he not hit him?
Jeez.
Oh, and Splash going to give him the position. He doesn't want to. He wants the clean air, so he doesn't want to get in anybody's way. But Cabales now has gotten back into this battle. Oh, and KK Dot getting a bit on the grass. And it's only been 12 minutes into this race, and there's already been a lot of chaos. Can you believe it?
Oh no, and JK just set the fastest lap of the race with a 22.744. Previous to that, it was actually Jack Mia who actually had that fastest lap. So good effort for the British driver right there on home soil right here at the Brands Hatch circuit right there. Doing very well on that KRT.
Oh, oh my goodness gracious! How in the world did he save that?
What a save! Oh my God!
That had to be a Code Brown 2 times, if not at least 3 times right there. What a save for a race leader, JK!
You have to be. I'm speechless.
I am. Oh my God! I am right there with you.
And
too.
the lap before, he's just set the fastest lap there. Oh my God! That had me on my seat.
I'll tell you what. If he somehow wins this race, I'm going to tell him and be like, "Buddy, was that save a Code Brown moment for you right there? That had to be some insane save."
Best sector by 1,000th of a second. My God. And T5 Black is going to be on that charge right there because he's pulling just about a quarter of a second within about a half a lap right there. So he's on a charge there for that lead right there.
Just to give you a quick comparison, this is a giant water bottle, right? This was full about 2 hours ago. Now it's almost empty. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness, yes. Because you never know what you're going to get when you have a really established talent of drivers in the Tier 1 division for the SRS GT3 series. And it's just been absolutely amazing stuff. Just to give you an idea as well, we do also have the Indy 500 race day as well. They are 3 wide at turn number 3 at the moment, so I imagine they're about to go for green flag racing here. The safety car, the Corvette, is out on track at the moment. But the C8 mid-engine car, the road-going car, that's a turbo car, am I correct?
No, it's naturally aspirated.
Is it naturally aspirated? Oh, and that's Mario Andretti leading them around the field as well. Michael Andretti. I think Mario Andretti is in that cockpit as well.
He's driving that car.
There are 3 generations of Andretti.
64,000. Oh, for JK right there for the fastest sector right there.
Yeah, that's Mario and Marco Andretti leading them off. Mario and Michael Andretti leading them off. So he's actually, look at that. He's driving at 1969 Indianapolis 500 champion. 50 years ago that he won the Indianapolis 500. And now he and Michael Andretti lead the field off with his son Marco Andretti on the pole position. Michael Andretti going around for the ride. I think he's just more or less just trying to enjoy the scenery and going on around him as well. Of course, unfortunately, the fans not able to attend, of course, due to the Rona, as I
think
like
Jake
to call.
is going to set a new fast lap right here. He's 27,000 up on sector.
Oh, and Splash with a good save for the number 11, of course. He's trying to do the best that he can. He's actually done himself pretty well to have a bit more front tire wear. Palmer's been abusing those fronts.
JK's just run a 10th quicker. He's setting up fastest lap.
Yes, he has indeed. So JK doing a strong showing for the KRT SE Aston Martin. We got pit stops coming in right now. Where we got Swift
95 and the 78 there.
Are they going to try and go for the 3-stop here today?
I think Swift is, because those MR cars, they do not preserve the tires as well as.
Well, you got KK Dot, James, and then of course.
Oh, we just had another retirement somewhere.
No, that was just Jack Mia.
Oh yeah, you're
It was
correct.
just Jack Mia. So, and I'll tell you what, I think I originally thought that the mid-engine cars were going to be benefited on this tire wear. But that's just not the case, because both the Porsches and the Audi, oh my God, what a save. But these 2 Porsches all the way down in 6th and 7th, and then the Audi of Swift all the way down in 8th. So not a good day for these guys who have done extremely well. JK and T5 Black, JK maintaining that gap for the lead. in that Aston Martin, the red, the black, and the blue.
He's going to run that big close completely.
Oh, I can believe you that. I think he's going to go for the 2-stop strategy.
Oh, there's another guy in the pits. That's T5 Black.
It is going to be T5 Black, and I imagine he's going to go for the 3-stop. Tire degradation is actually that bad in some of these front-engine cars. That is quite the shocker, I'll tell you what.
So T5 Black and James Head now coming into the pits as well. Number
7 JM Racing Porsche. And so now, kind of at that point where we just need to relax a little bit, I imagine right now K&K Dot is going to go as long as he can, as far as he can, on those Michelin compounded tires with his fuel limit as well. Look at that, 10,000 miles in that Porsche chassis alone.
He's going to try and get some gap up, because he's probably going to pit with about 30 minutes to go as well. So maybe, oh no, K&K is going to probably be on it. Oh no, he hasn't pitted yet.
No, he's going to go as long as he can in that Porsche 04911 GT3.
A little bit of an impact like for the top 3 battle.
Yeah, we still got Palmer and Splash going at it, with Cabales actually not that far behind. But the real big question is, when are these guys going to hit? Oh, was that JK that had a bit of a moment as well? We're going to take a look back at that one as well. Did JK have a bit of a moment? Oh, I thought I was just perfectly executed corner.
Palmer and Splash into the pits now. 24 and 11. Both going in the pits totally at the same time right there.
The fuel going in for both these crew.
T5 Black getting back up in 4th place. K&K Dot for the first time.
Oh, no position change. So Splash actually took a bit more fuel than Palmer did.
He's going to try and he's going to do a 2-stopper here. Splash is going to do a 2-stopper.
Palmer, I can imagine, is going to go for the 2-stopper, as well as T5 Black sets another purple sector, so we might be looking to eclipse the fastest lap of this race. Cabales gets it in KRT SE 1-2 for the Aston Martin crew, and these Aston Martins have looked strong for this first 2 rounds.
They've looked incredibly strong here at this racetrack here, so we're going to find out in about a minute or so if these guys are going to be on a 2-stopper or a 1-stopper here, because we're seeing all kinds of strategies here being played here with 3 stops and 2 stops, maybe even a 1-stop here, but
I imagine K&K Dot's going to go for the 1-stopper, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, K&K is going to absolutely go for
He's going to absolutely go for that 1-stop, because he definitely did it for the last, I think he did 2 stops for the last time by at Monza, but I think he's going to try
and the race leaders in the pits. That's JK coming into the pits. Let's see if Cabales is actually going to stay out for another lap or so. So we're going to see here if JK can actually beat these guys. And there's K&K Dot, who's also made his way into the pits.
Green flag going for the Indianapolis 500 here today. Hopefully we don't have any sort for
Dixon's already up in front place.
Marco Andretti before he turn 1.
So as if things look,
and JK is actually falling back down to 5th.
This is not going to help him at all. He's going to need.
Wow, that is quite the shocker. Actually, you know what? He's filled up his tank completely. He's filled up the tank completely. So he's going to play the long game here and hopefully get in some clean air. But I don't think this is the clean air that he was talking about.
Yeah, he's gonna try and go out and survive as long as he can here. He's gonna probably end up doing a 2-stopper here, but we're gonna see.
And so Cabales leading for the first time within this SRS GT3 series for the.
Sorry for last week, Cabales. Sorry for last week.
I think that's already been established already.
Yeah. I'm moving on from that. So
after this lap, 1% of the Indianapolis 500 complete with the conclusion of lap 2.
Good grief. Cabales into the pits now. The leading KRT SE Aston Martin now back into the pits. Coming out behind in second is going to be T5 Black, followed by Palmer, Splash, and JK right there.
Where's T5 Black? Okay, there we go. I couldn't find him. So T5 Black, of course, the fuel difference between JK and T5 Black, I think is going to make a humongous difference. Oh, and someone's already got damage. I think that's the 20. Is it Ed Carpenter? I can't say. Yeah, it is Ed Carpenter. Yeah.
T5 Black, he's just set a faster sector time through sector 1
about 1/10 up there. If you want to take over for a little bit, I'm going to get something to munchy on real quickly. And
Alright, I'm not good with the keyboard. And look at the time in Sector 2. He's just made up Sector 2/10 in Sector 2. My good grief.
So while RDZ is stepping away for a brief moment, Viper 12 Veep here will be on the commanding lead here for this tier 1 race, round 2 at Brands Hatch here. Once again, it is T5 Black currently leading the way, and just about 3.1 seconds back, it is Palmer. Oh, a little bit on the grass there. Don't want to be doing that, Palmer's, but Palmer's just pushing way too hard right now. Needs to control it under pace here. Get it load up. Take it nice and easy there. JK making a pass for third on Splash there for third place. And I'm not good here with the keyboard mechanics here. That's Trevor's job, right? I mean, not Trevor's job. RDZ's job right there. So currently now, let's go back here. It is still Swift in 5th place. And look at that. Already got some tire wear on the left side there for both of his tires right there. So he's not going to have a lot of fun driving with that on there as of right now. K&K Dots picked up a 3/10 penalty from somewhere, so we completely missed that as of right now. Oh, a little wide right there. Back in 7th place, it is Quabala's right there. Coming out of turn number 4 right there. 2/10 up, and James Head, surprisingly, has just set the fastest lap of this race here. Oh, Tice gets a little bit loose coming out of turn number 4 right there as well. So he hasn't had the best of luck in today's race here, but some days are what? Oh. So.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Wow, that's a big fire.
That is on fire.
That's not a good. He's gonna want to get out of that thing. Oh, look at. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, get out of that thing.
Get out of that thing. Oh my goodness.
Big fire for the 51.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay.
That had to be like some
Well, that was a complete bust.
Wow.
Going back up to the front of the field here. Still T5 Black. Up in the commanding position here. And he's quite stretched that gap out, to be honest with you. There's Davidson, he's climbing out of the car. Oh, that's scary. Look at that glowing brake rotor.
That had to be a run. That had to be probably. That must have gotten stuck and just did not want to open up.
Oh boy, watch this explosion here. Yep, it's already smoking.
No.
Oh! Jesus!
That thing just blew up.
Holy cow.
That brake rotor just blew up. Holy crap.
Wow. So you want to get back up here on the commanding front here? Cornflakes are great. I'll tell you what.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Sorry, we're getting a bit too distracted here. But JK has gotten himself back up into 3rd place, passing the number 11
I
Splash.
called that, so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little late back, but it's fine. So about the... Oh, wow, Jesus. They got Hushkenveld as a sponsor. They're a sim racing equipment company. That's awesome. So Palmer doing himself a very good job at maintaining 2nd place, but if he can... I'll tell you what. If he can get by T5 Black, which is... I kind of feel like it's kind of out the window, but if Palmer could win this race and capitalize on the championship and get the lead, that would be very good for the Cymax crew, because they are going to be hungry this season. And Swift himself has actually got back up into 5th, but given that he will have to come in for the pits soon, K&K Dot did hit. I imagine he's got the Aston Martin of Cabala's shortly behind him, so he'll have to defend him off as well. T5 Black, just about a little over halfway through this race to go, is leading them off. It sets down another fastest lap, a 22.5 for 5.42 over 22.621 that JK does have. What we're going to do now is we're going to take you on board now with one of our fellow drivers, and we're going to take you on board now of this Grand Hatch circuit to give you an idea of what it's like around a lap for the Grand Hatch circuit. And that was a lap around the Brands GTs at the wheel, with James Head at the wheel of the number 7 Porsche on the GT3 RSR. Now, of course, in game, it's part of the Group 3 regulations, but in real life, it is actually a GTE car. So it's one of those cars that you see at the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship in the GT Le Mans class. Of course, even though they're running the Porsche 911 RSR 19 model right now, but these cars have had great success. I think as much as winning like half the season in the GT Le Mans class alone. We're actually getting a couple of retirements from the Tier 2 race as well, so I'll get those up and away for you guys real quickly. Just a little over 30 seconds ago, before the halfway mark, where we got T5 Black leading them off at the beginning of lap number 22. The 3.3 seconds back, and it's going to be Palmer for the side max crew. As James said, as a matter of fact, comes into this pit, I think, imagine, for his second stop of the day. That is going to be the KRT SE Aston Martin of JK, and he's been ludicrously quick in that model chassis right there. I'm just going to try and get up as quick as he can. And of course, he's taking more fuel than T5 Black, but I think T5 Black did it to try and extend his gap a little bit while JK has to work with a bit more fuel in that tank. So I think JK, he might not even take fuel this final stop, or if, might get himself ready for a just a little over half a tank to go. So I'm going to wait to see how that pans out for him. Unless the Aston Martin consumes that amount of fuel really rapidly, then you got Splash in the number 11 Falcon Motorsports by SDM, the man who scored the first pole position, his first pole position of the season in only his second race with the league. And you got Swift doing a strong recovery drive in 5th, but I assume he will have to come in for pits. Yep, he is going to come into the pits right now, as a matter of fact. And you got K&K Dot in 6th place, still with that 10th of a second penalty, battling out with Wallace. For now, 5th and 6th, Swift dropping back a little bit now. And you've got James Head, who's going to be a little bit ways back in 8th place. And you've got Tice all the way in 9th place. So this has not been a particularly good race for Tice. As a matter of fact, he's actually just come out of the pits. So he's going to be trying to make up some lost ground where he can. And Swift will rejoin the race all the way down to 7th, but 30 seconds down off of our race leader, T5 Black, for the Team Simpac Racing crew. So it is now half past the race. And I'll give you guys a Tier 2 update while I can get the chance. They're actually just coming to the end of the 32-minute mark right now, where we got Doug Barrow, Mushalat, and Hairraiser leading them off, with Bar 27 Patrolhead rounding up the top 5. Then it is going to be Superboy, Iapaz, Stusik Link, I hope I said that correctly. Then you've got UTAP, who's going to be all the way down in 9th place. And of course, unfortunately, we've had a couple of retirements as well. And unfortunately, we had GTA playing guy who had retired from the race as well, and also as Quinter, also having a retirement from this race as well. So now the fuel starting to come down just a little bit, and I think T5 Black's going to have a very, very hard-fought stint to be ready for. Hey, you making popcorn, man. God.
Popcorn is a sim racer's best friend.
Oh, yes.
You know people joking about whenever racers eat food and stuff like that. They always say, because I saw one time that NASCAR, man, that Carl Edwards was eating something, and they were joking about that as well. So basically, yeah, people like to joke around sim racing
with actual real life drivers. It's like, oh, it's a theme. Like, I get that.
It's
a tradition, as I like to call it. So I imagine T5 Black is going to go out for one more lap on this fuel. Of course, he didn't take as much fuel as our third place car, JK, in that first round of stops. So those have been the two drivers that I've been really keeping a close eye on. But a close second to that.
He may have to nail this strategy here, because he's going to be in deep trouble if he doesn't nail this last pit stop here, this last strategy here. He's got a little bit of a cushion up there in front of him.
He's got 2.6 seconds. The last time I checked that gap, it was up to about 3.3 seconds. So he's definitely lost a bit of time.
He's probably saved fuel.
Yeah, I imagine so. He's going to try and save a bit of fuel. And he's got to try and maintain that pace while he can, which is not an easy feat given these GT3 cars. Because you can really push him around as to the much of your ability. So now Splash doing himself a good job by remaining out in clean air for 4th place.
Yeah, he's probably got another lap of fuel in that tank.
A lot of these, I'll tell you what, a lot of these guys are going to have to stretch their fuel window if they really, really, really want to make it to the end of this race here. So it's going to be a bit close. Oh, and is that an off excursion for T5 Black?
What happened here to the 79?
And I feel like he might have gone up, but we're gonna have a quick look and
look how much fuel he's got. He's got barely anything. Oh, he's just.
Oh yeah, he's really.
He knows he's pushing. He's got to push.
And as a matter of fact, he's in the pit just as the fuel tank went to
nada.
Out
of fuel actually coming to the pit entry.
Probably.
So Palmer back out in front with JK second and Splash in third. And I assume all those guys are going to probably be coming in for this next set of, see, look at the fuel that T5 Black has. Is that going to be enough to get to the end of the line there, or he may actually come back for one more stop?
He may have to splash and dash. I'm not 100% sure, but Palmer will inherit this race lead. But look at the fuel difference that JK has got over Palmer. Palmer is definitely going to be coming to the pits this time.
Yeah, JK is going to be probably pitting with around 20 minutes to go here. Let's take a look at Splash's fuel level here and see what he's got. Yeah, so he's going to be probably coming in with another lap or so.
Unless Splash was pushing a bit more on this stint, because he's definitely lost a bit of time to Palmer. So I'm not sure if he's been pushing the tires a little bit more. Actually, Palmer's been pushing the tires a fair bit more. So Splash, very comfortable. Good grief, my God, all that popcorn in one hand. Palmer now coming into the pits with about 24 minutes to go left in this race.
JK back in front now.
Of course, Palmer also didn't even realize.
Splash in the pits now.
So It's both Mercedes from the top 3 coming into the pits. Also, Palmer sporting this Fallen for the Heroes tribute livery, so a special homage, Help for Heroes. I think I said Help for Heroes. Oh, is that someone going off?
Yes, it is.
Oh, and that's Cabales!
Oh, no.
Oh, he was doing extremely well. What's happened to Cabales?
Something happened. Something remote came out of the...
Oh! No, he did, how did he... Oh, that was a big one.
Just did not have the grip that he needed to get down.
Look at the damage that he's got on the front end of that Aston Martin.
Not good for Cabales right there. He's lost a lot of time right there.
Yep, Splash and Swift getting the better of Cabales, unfortunately. And look at this right now, Kang Dog trying to make these tires and fuel work as long as he can. Oh, he's on the grass, as a matter of fact. He's got to be careful when rejoining. Oh, the rear end almost stepped out on him in the 0-4. How did he keep that from not turning around on him?
That was an amazing recovery there from the Spaniard right there. Just trying to keep it on track there. Let's see where JK's going to stay out for the lap. He's got a
decent amount of fuel. Remember, he did take that full tank of fuel on that first stop, so he's definitely going to be trying to go for the one-stop strategy here.
And so, right now, he's got about a 13-second lead right now. I think what he's doing is he actually may end up being able to refill with 20 laps to go, or about 20 minutes to go, and have enough fuel to make it to the end there, because he's got a pretty sizable gap from the next guy back. But will it be enough to keep him in the lead is the big question.
Well, he's definitely going to be on fresher rubber, I'll tell you that much, at the moment. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how this will all play out for keeps as well. Sharon Palmer saying go Palmer, but he's got the number 79 of Team 5 Black just starting to creep away from him on this final stint. But Team 5 Black has... Look at the fuel difference. Can Palmer work that lesser fuel load to his advantage to
Palmer's
keep up?
Gonna probably pit with around 10 minutes to go, or he's gonna have to pit sometime soon.
This man has definitely got the pit with K&K Dot having to come in for his second stop. Is he going to try and make one more lap work? Because that is going to be extremely close on the fuel, as we're all concerned. And into the pits, K&K Dot does come for the final. Oh wow, that pit led. We're going to have to look at this.
Yeah, he's crossed it.
The freaking cut, though.
Unfortunately, that's going to be a penalty.
Actually, I don't even know if that is going to be a penalty.
Either way, he had quite the excursion. He's back in 8th place.
He's just trying to get some more grass. He's just trying to get the grass on the old tires, knowing, hey, get them off my car. I want fresher rubber. So K&K Dot with 20 minutes to go will rejoin out in 8th place after trying to stay out for as long as he can.
And he's going to go to the end.
No, definitely. He's definitely got the fuel. And
James will have to pit once more.
James will have to pit one more time as well. Ties will also have to pit one more time as well. So James and Ties are having their little own battle as well. Cabales still going out in that somewhat damaged Aston Martin Vantage GT3. Splash back down in 5th, but he's allowing... Oh, there's the go. JK into the pit, so this is what we expected from the race leader. How much fuel is he going to put in is the big question.
Strategy. This may be his last stop, actually.
It is definitely going to be his last stop, as for a lot of guys he's racing with right now.
Palmer, T5 Black out in front. They just
by a significant margin. This is a significant margin. He's filled up to the end.
He's gonna get 3rd place here. He's beaten Swift and Splash out of the pits. He's beaten them both by like 2 seconds.
And Swift, by looking at that fuel and tire situation, will have to pit once again for tires and fuel in that 95 Audi RA LMS Ultra.
Yeah, JK's going to definitely go to the end here. There's a little bit of damage there on the front of the grill of the 95 right there, so he's had something somewhere.
Was that from the initial incident that they had where he had that one off excursion that we do not even know about?
Could be.
That's what I'm thinking it might be. Oh, wow, you dropped a piece of popcorn. Lovely.
I'm not hungry anymore.
I'm hungry to be fair, so
Well, that's your own food. That's how races work.
Let's say
They
if you're
drive to survive and they eat to
I
survive.
was about to say, if you're not hungry and I was like, you see a bag of popcorn there, I'd be like, bro, I'm gonna definitely be microwaving myself a bag of popcorn.
Well, that's your own choice.
Are they in the door over there? In the box or?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to double check. Thank you. So right now, with about 18 minutes left to go in this running, I'll give you guys one more final Tier 2 update with about 10 minutes to go before we have to really focus on the final dash to the cash.
T5 Black is really charging right now.
He is really charging. Palmer's got less fuel. Is he even going to make it to the end on that fuel?
Nope.
Is a big question.
Not.
But Wallace finally coming into the pits with about 17 and a half minutes to go. Oh, and someone's had a... Oh, that's Marcus Ericsson. Oh, he's out. And there's a fire. He's moving.
James head in the pit for one more time as well.
Ericsson's getting out. That looks pretty good. Put out the fire! Put out the fire! Marcus Ericsson just wrecked. Rest in peace.
Even the Formula One driver couldn't get grips with it because
Why do I feel like he's a pit driver? Probably because he is. He's got Husky Chocolate as a sponsor. Nice.
that's probably why.
Nice one.
That's the only thing keeping his career alive.
Yeah, really, just the paid sponsorship and all that stuff. I'm a paid driver.
So, Swift has miraculously somehow. Oh yeah, Swift's.
Well, he will have to come into the pits. I think it's going to be a matter of time. I think it's going to be next time by that he will have to come into the pits for one final time. Take a look at where Ericsson. Oh, he stepped out, and the rear. Oh, another big hit.
The right suspensions on both sides, front and rear, just.
I think that car just kind of gave itself out. Yeah, that his day.
Tice into the pits once for the final time.
Filling up once again to the end of the race for his third and final stop. I imagine James Head is going to make his third and final stop. Oh, he actually already has, as a matter of fact. So he's going to beat out Tice, and now let's battle for basically not last.
Yes. It's a matter of Tice just willing to push that car as hard as he can right now.
And this is the issue that we had. Palmer just, he's going to have to splash and dash this to the end.
What's T5 Black for the level? Because I was slightly concerned. He may not have enough to make it.
He may not have enough to the end. He may not have enough to the end.
And I was saying this with about 30 minutes to go right here. I was going to say, if T5 Black was not going to nail this strategy, he was going to be in some deep trouble right here. And that's probably what we're going to see right here with
Jesus, don't die. Don't die on me, dude.
Excuse me.
Don't die on myself, my dude.
Let me step away.
And this is the issue that we have with these cars, that this Palmer and T5 Black, they're really trying to make their fuel work as long as they can. And this is why I made a punishment. And this is why I made it as a punishment for Susie. And this is why it is your punishment to be in the commentators booth.
Yeah. Hey, I wasn't expecting this as part of the punishment, so don't judge me for no silly reactions. So
No, everyone's gonna judge you after the race.
let's see what the fans in the comments have to say about that.
They all say
Nothing.
They all say go Paul.
They all say go Palmer. It says go Palmer.
Yep.
I'm great.
I'm gonna slap your chest harder for you. Jesus, quit dying on me here. Pit lane is gonna get busy in Indianapolis, and I imagine it's gonna be the same here for Palmer and for T5 Black.
Palmer in the pits.
Yep.
He's got to relinquish first place here, but the question lies with first place, and that's going to be in the hands of T5 Black right there as your blue shocked More battery
My
level
controller
as
is low
Joe-
on battery. Lovely. Lovely.
And Splash is going to get by for second place if he doesn't spend. Oh.
Well, yeah, Split was found to hit for his third and final stop. A lot of unorthodox strategy here, to be honest with you.
Oh, look at the stacked up.
I feel like a front
Pit
wing.
road is so busy right there.
I feel like a front wing's about to break on one of those cars when you exit the pits. Swift is technically left on a closed pit exit because it was all red lights.
Penalty.
Penalty. No, everyone did. So everyone disqualified.
Oh boy.
And look at this right here. Splash. Splash is going to actually take the win here. Look at the fuel he's got.
He's going to probably hold out here. What's...
Oh, Palmer has taken, I think, way too much fuel.
It's going to be close here, actually. It's gonna
So
be...
was the 3-stop the way to go for a lot of these guys?
Did Splash have a three-stopper?
2. T5
Oh,
Black.
he's just...
T5 Black with the... T5 Black just like sliding it on in there.
It's going to be very close here. This is going to be incredibly close here. No, I think T5 Black has this. T5,
When does he leave? Splash is going to come across the start-finish line.
It's going to be super close.
Oh, when's he going to... And he's still putting it through. He's going out of the pits right now, and Splash is going to take the lead.
Oh my, with 12 minutes to go here, this is the fight we're going to see right here. Will T5 Black be able to crawl his way back up to Splash and try to steal this win away from the Lithuanian driver?
If there is a race win that Splash is going to have to work very hard for, it's going to be this one.
He gets loose.
Oh, he can't let that happen. You can't let that car get sideways on you while you're really trying to...
And Palmer's going to want to try and get up there with T5
Oh,
Black.
and Palmer's not
up there.
Palmer's not out of this either.
No.
Oh, it's going to be... So it's going to be a 3-horse fight. It's going to be a 3-horse fight going on right now. You got Falcon Motorsports, Team Simpat Racing,
Wait, I
and
think we just had another retirement.
Yes, we did, in the hands of...
Did JK retire?
Cabales. Oh, no.
Did JK retire?
Yes, he did. JK did retire.
Oh, that's a tough break for him.
Oh, my goodness.
Tough break for him.
What happened to JK?
Trying to dissect the issue here.
Little one was waking up crying, had to abandon ship. Well, I can believe that. Yeah, that.
We all have.
Yeah, you can't really blame him though.
No.
So sorry to hear about that, JK, but you were pushing the life out of your car.
So we're gonna go back up to the front of the field right here, because this is the battle we're probably gonna be watching for the rest of this race here today.
But before we do that, and I hate to be that guy,
Yes.
we're gonna give you a quick tier 2
Ah,
upgrade.
come on now. You're ruining the fun.
Yeah, I know. I play the Calvin Fish. I play the I play the Rick Allen card. Okay. So in tier 2, with about 15 minutes ago, it is Bar 27 leading the way, with Duck Barrel Mushwat rounding out the top 3. Hairraiser and Patrolhead 4th and 5th, then Superpoint iPest, and then Stood Link in 8th. Stood Luke at 8. I apologize for saying the names incorrectly. And then we got B8 Tap going to be in 9th place with about 14 minutes to go for that race. But as privileged as I feel as I am, I think that race is going to be good. But this is going to be something right here. I can see it. I can see it. And I've had
Look at the gap that T5 Black has already pulled on Splash right here.
Palmer, he was like 7-8 cents down. Now he's up to like 1.15 seconds.
I think the hardest person driving their car, I think the person driving the hardest side of their car right now is definitely Paul right now, because he knows that if he loses sight of T5 Black, he's not going to have a shot to win this race here. So he needs to maintain that gap with T5 Black to try and get that drop and speed up there to try and catch Splash to make it a 3-way horse fight right there.
Oh, Splash on the very jagged edge of grip as he nearly gets into the gravel trap on his left driver's side. And look at the gap now. And look at the gap between Palmer and E5 Black. It is marginally increasing, but Splash doing a great job at maintaining the gap. Actually, he's a bit slow out of turn number 4. Or turn number 3, I should say. Turn number 4, T5 Black. really trying to get it. As a benefit to JK's benefit, as a benefit to JK's demise, he does still have that fastest lap of the race. So, excuse me.
He possibly could not be. So he potentially won't be walking away with any points here unless there's
no. He gets a bonus point for fastest lap.
Yes.
So he will get a bonus point for that fastest lap of the race.
Oh,
and a little understeer.
A little mistake there from Team 5 Black there, but he's still on the charge right there.
Look at how much he's clawed back within this lap. He's clawed it back half of the length between
I'm
himself.
saying about a lap or so. Oh, Splash has got the pit. Splash has just gone to the pits.
And I'll tell you what, K&K Dot's not even that far off as well. A bit of fuel going in just to try and guarantee himself to go to the end. He's got K&K Dot. Where is K&K Dot right now? He's coming out of the cross start finish line. Is he going to get him? Oh, this is going to be close. And K&K Dot has resurfaced in the 0-4 up into third place. And he's going to make the two-stop work here today. But he's got 1.3 seconds worth of penalties. And this is going to be
clearly Splash is underneath that 1.3 second gap there, so Splash is not yet out of this fight for the final spot on the podium.
Team 5 Black started in 5th, done himself very, very well to claw his way through the field one by one. And right now he's sitting up very nice and comfy with about 7 minutes to go in the second round of the SRS GT3 Championship. And Palmer started, I believe, it was either 7th, I think it was 7th or 8th.
It was one of those positions
But
there.
he has clawed back into this race with a chance to win for the Cymax crew. And they are a team they are a very great and a great experienced team, but they are going to be hungry for championships. Once again, Tyson Swift not having great races today once again, but Palmer has been absolutely fighting for this team, holding up the torch and doing everything in his power that he can to race with some of the finest drivers. And Team 5 Black, I can guarantee you, is one of those finest drivers you see on Gran Turismo Sport. And this is going to be close. K&K Dot has got that gap now up now to 1.43 seconds.
Splash is struggling here.
Yes, he is. He's a little bit struggling. But look at the fuel difference between these cars. It's like a hair's width right now. A hair's width. I know, same.
That's why I stopped talking for like a couple seconds here.
Now Splash within that 1.2 second gap now. Can he keep it there so that K&K Dot can serve the penalty to the best of his abilities? Now within a second. It's going to be close. Palmer and Team 5 Black aren't close enough for, I'd say, us. Actually, he's going to serve it now while Splash is behind him.
Oh, wow.
What?
That looks a little dirty right there.
What?
Yeah,
oh, Splash was not happy about that.
Not happy.
Not happy about that.
He knows he tried to he knows he tried to do something right there. Oh, Splash is not happy.
No, he's
goes
not
on
happy.
the inside right there. He's like, I'm gonna get this pass done. And...
Oh, did he nosedive him too? Hang on.
See what happened here.
Gonna keep an eye on K&K Dot.
Force him.
Did he squeeze him out? Oh, how?
It looked very close.
Yeah, I can believe you on that as well.
Very, very close.
And look at now Swift. He's clawed back
way
into
back
this,
here.
and he's in it with a chance at the podium. And he's really trying to fight for the Cymax crew here today.
So the battle we thought was gonna make something happen here has now just turned into a final spot on the podium here. Splash trying to flash those hazards right there. He knows he's got to make something happen here fast here if he wants any shot. He's standing on that podium with Palmer and Team 5 Black.
3 German-powered manufacturers: Porsche, Mercedes, AMG, and Audi Sport, all within a chance of the final spot of the podium here today. It's going to be K&K Dot, Splash, and Swift going at it, and this is going to be some hard-fought racing here today. On board with the 95 of Swift.
So right now,
And look at the lap time Swift has been putting in these last couple of laps as well. 122s all down the
so
board.
it looks like you're going to have just about 2 laps to go left.
Once again, KK Dot. You have to defend on the inside. Splash trying to
try and look at Splash. Splash is going to try and time it.
Oh!
Oh, is that a disconnect?
Is that a disconnect?
Oh, it's a no.
No. Oh! Oh! Oh my goodness!
Oh. Okay.
The leg spike.
Jeez.
Splash is going to be absolutely eager to get by this 0-4, who we thought was going to disconnect, but then it was just boop, right back on track.
I've never seen such a Splash on the outside. Here he comes.
On board now with the Audi.
Oh,
Swift has got nowhere to go, but is he going to try and follow the number 11 around the outside? KK Dot. Oh, he's not hit. Oh, he's giving KK Dot the tap to give him back up. Oh, KK Dot. Oh my God.
KK Dot just gone.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh,
It's
do you
now
think
just
they-
overtaken fourth.
And look at the state of the tires that KK Dots are out in right now. That was some really hard fought racing. Oh, it's Swift!
Swift has just almost...
He is all over the
His
back
race
bumper
away.
of this Mercedes.
This man had issues going on from the beginning of this race here, and he somehow clawed his way back up into possibly a podium spot here, and could stand on the podium of this race today. What an incredible battle we have seen here today.
These are some of the... Oh, and Swift going a bit too wide out of turn number 1.
Got
That's
the
going to give
marbles.
Splash a bit of breathing room with possibly about 1 or 2 more laps to go in this race. And when you thought it was going to be more... Jesus Christ, excuse me, I'm dying
We
again.
need to stop eating this popcorn.
Yeah, I know, we're going to have to. I'm just going to... God. Oh my God, I'm going to have to get my voice ready. Let the memes roll in, boys. Let the memes roll in.
Swift is just absolutely getting everything he's got here. And the gap between Palmer and T5 Black has now opened up to a significant margin here.
Jesus, good.
So it's going to... And then this time by will be 1 lap to go for all these guys here. And it looks like everyone is going to...
And KK Dot, he's not far out of this as well. He's not far out.
No, not quite, but there's still always room for error here.
Oh, KK Dot! Oh, he's on very worn tires. 1 more lap to go here for T5 Black as he's going to just take this Corvette for a smooth ride. But Palmer, 2.6 seconds down,
I think
is
Palmer
not
knows
that
he
far off.
needs to survive at this point. Splash.
Splash has significantly grown that gap to 1.4 seconds. This is absolute class racing here at its finest. This is class.
Oh, this battle turn is something we didn't even think we were going to see today.
When I thought Monza couldn't get any crazier, you have Brands Hatch. It's just, it has been insane. It has been insane. Swift on the very limit of
Yeah,
fuel.
he's going to make it up.
KK Dot, unfortunately, I think he was really trying to give it everything he got for the final spot on the podium. This is an unbelievable sight that we're seeing here now. Turn our eyes up to... Oh, T5 Black's gone wide.
Oh, he just kept that thing.
He's got to take it easy. He's got to take it cool to the end.
He's got the buffer.
He's got the gap, so no need to push. But coming through the final corner, the man started in 5th place, not even thinking he was going to win. But with the disconnected, with the JK having to back out, it is going to be the Team Sinbad Racing crew of T5 Black who will win round 2 of the SRS GT3 Championship. Palmer comes through for 2nd place. And this battle, I think, is just about over. Our man in pole position, Splash, will take the Falcon Motorsports by STM crew for a wonderful 3rd place here today. Brands Hatch Swift with a great recovery drive before. KK Dot in 5th place. Quabales just going to come to the line on the fuel. Will come home for 6th. Then you've got the number 7 Porsche of James Head finishing in 7th. How ironic that would be. Sorry about that, James. Oh, is he going to... Oh, you don't want to...
My God.
You do not want to bet.
Too late for those mistakes right there.
He'll come home for 7th place, but unfortunately for Tice, a rather difficult day for him in the Mercedes AMG GT3. So he will come across the line to come through for 8th place. But taking his first win of the season, firing back at JK from round number 1, it will be T5 Black in the Team Simpact Racing team, who will take their Corvette to victory lane. 4 positions in that race. Can you believe that? What a drive.
What a drive from T5 Black, and absolutely what a race that was.
What a amazing race. That was certainly very much entertaining for us.
Right. Well, obviously I was here for the commentary, and I'm obviously going to be signing off now. And I'm going to leave, obviously, the questions and post-race interviews to RRDZ here, and this is Viper signing out here.
Thank you, Viper. Of course, we will get our fellow podium positioners, man, except for Splash, who I don't think would. I think he forewarned to me saying he didn't want to be a part of the podiums interviews. I'm pretty sure.
Sorry.
Nice one.
That was our couch.
Well, it can barely be heard in the background as well. But we are going to have some people. Yeah, that was quite the race right there as well. Yeah, I'm just going to... Alright, and we got those coming into the party as well. So, what a race that most certainly was. So, we will commence the post-race interview, starting off with the man in second place, Palmer. Once again, you gave it everything you got for the Cymax crew, and unfortunately, in this time, you just come up a little bit short once again. Tell us about your race today, Palmer.
Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't have the pace in the last stint. I just sort of started to drop off and that, you know, and to be honest, I wasn't really expecting this. Well, I wasn't really expecting a podium, of course, again, after qualifying. You know, I thought my qualifying lap was quite good, but the fact that everyone was separated by less than a second was incredible, and it shows sort of how much competition there is in Tier 1. But yeah, of course, I managed to get past Cabales and Splash early on in the first stint, and then of course Swift made a mistake at yeah. I can't remember the corner name. Yeah, and then of course was JK had to DNF. Can't remember why, but you know, of course that sort of meant it was a battle for first. Of course, you know, I feel like if I didn't make that mistake on the I think it's the penultimate lap, then I could have been right on the back of T5 just going up to the line. Of course, T5 made a mistake on the last lap, but you know, I'm very happy with second, especially after qualifying. You know, and of course, I dedicate this race to my dad, because about 3 years ago this week I lost him. So you know, I'm very happy to get this podium, and yeah, very happy.
Another good day for you, Palmer. Of course, the pace not coming to fruition for you to challenge T5 Black for the win, but of course the second place is good points as well. So we'll finally move on to our race winner, T5 Black. Of course, T5 Black, you must be ecstatic right now to get a win for the Team Simpact Racing crew. That must have been a very hard challenge for you to come back from 5th place in qualifying to take the race win. Tell us about your race today, bud.
The qualifying was crap as usual. I don't like qualifying.
Hey, I feel you, man. I'm right there with you, too. I'm like, I can't even hot lap for shit, man.
No. I just took a chill. Tried to stay on track. Didn't try to push that hard. When I did take P4 in a couple of first quarters in opening, so from then I just drove.
Yeah, you were really driving the car as much as you can, of course. Qualifying, like I said, not to the best of your abilities. I can, for one, agree with you on that and just be like, nah, it ain't good for me as well either. So just got to do all my work in the race. And, of course, it's worked for me a couple of times as well. So, but I guess it might have done you one extra as well, getting your first win of the season. Of course, I think I'm pretty sure you're going to take the points lead here today with the... with that as well. But of course, another race win, a race win for you. I guess the crew at Team Simpat Racing must be very happy for you right now.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, they are. I can assure that. Brass is that kind of track you need to stay on it to be in it. So.
And so we'll cut the stream right there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy that round number 2 of the SRS GT3 Championship for Tier 1, leave a like, leave a comment, and if you want to follow us for the rest of the season, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me see where we are going to be heading up to next. Where's that right now? Okay, so...
Spa.
Thank you very much, Palmer, for clarifying with me that we are going to Spa. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been SM_RDZ, joined by the, of course, unfortunately, had to punish him by joining me in the commentary booth, Viper12V as well. But if you did enjoy, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us up for the rest of the SRS GT3 Championship. And we will see you guys next week for the round 3 of the SRS GT3 series.